Long before credit cards were lounges, points, miles, or influencer reels, spending money was simple. You felt the pain, and you stopped. That friction controlled behavior. Then, quietly, the system was redesigned. The hidden war between you and credit cards was never about convenience or rewards. It was about changing how you feel when you spend. After watching this video, you'll understand why credit cards don't just take your money, how the odds are stacked against you, and why even disciplined people can lose unless they know the rules. Let's start at the beginning. In 1949, a businessman named Frank McNamara forgot his wallet while eating at a restaurant in New York. That awkward dinner led to an idea. What if you could eat now and pay later? That idea became the Diners Club card, the first widely successful payment card in history. But here's the important detail most people miss. It wasn't a credit card. It was a charge card. You paid the bill in full every month. No minimums, no revolving balances, no interest traps. You borrowed convenience, not money. And for a while, that distinction mattered. By the late 1950s, over 1 million people were using Diners Club cards. Not because they were reckless, but because it felt civilized, controlled, responsible. Then the banks got involved. In 1958, Bank of America launched something new, a card you could use anywhere, a card you didn't have to pay off immediately, a card that let balances roll over. They called it the Bank Americard. Today we call it Visa. At first it was a disaster. Fraud was rampant. Records were messy. Bank of America lost millions, but they gained something far more valuable: behavioral data. They realized something quietly terrifying. When people don't feel the pain of spending immediately, they spend more, they spend faster, and they spend irrationally. Credit cards didn't just remove friction, they removed emotion. This is where the war really began. See, your brain is wired to associate spending cash with loss. Handing over physical money triggers discomfort. Credit cards bypass that entirely. A swipe, a tap, a click. No pain, just pleasure. Psychologists call this decoupling, separating the joy of buying from the pain of paying, and it works frighteningly well. Studies show people spend anywhere from 12% to 18% more when using credit cards compared to cash. Not because they're irresponsible, because their brain is being manipulated. Once banks understood this, the mission changed. They didn't just want customers, they wanted revolvers, people who carry balances, people who pay the minimum, people who never quite catch up. Because here's the dirty secret of credit cards. The customer who pays their balance in full every month, that's the worst customer. They cost money. The ideal customer is the one who almost pays it off, but never does. By the 1970s and 80s, household debt in the US was exploding, but there was still a problem for banks. Interest rates were capped. They couldn't fully exploit the system yet. Then one small state changed everything: South Dakota. In the late 1970s, South Dakota removed its cap on credit card interest rates to attract banks, and banks flooded in. Shortly after, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that banks could charge customers any interest rate allowed in the state where the bank was headquartered. That decision didn't just deregulate credit cards, it weaponized them. Suddenly, a bank based in South Dakota could charge 25%, 30%, even 36% interest to someone living anywhere in the country. The floodgates opened. Credit cards were mailed to college students, to unemployed workers, to people with no income verification. Everyone was approved. The risk wasn't a bug, it was the business model. By the 1990s, credit cards had evolved into something else entirely: late fees, penalty APRs, balance transfer traps, minimum payments quietly lowered from 5% to 2%. That single change alone doubled how long it takes to escape debt. A $10,000 balance at 24% interest doesn't just cost more, it costs years of your life. Miss one payment, your interest rate spikes. Pay on time for years, your rate can still change. And the contracts? Hundreds of pages, written by teams of lawyers, designed so that understanding them fully is practically impossible. This wasn't accidental. This was extraction. Today, the average American adult has multiple credit cards and thousands of dollars in revolving debt. Meanwhile, credit card companies generate hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue annually, not by selling products, but by renting you access to your own future income. That's why some of the most powerful dynasties in history weren't builders or inventors. They were lenders. Because once someone owes you money, they work for you. Credit cards just scaled that system down to everyday life. Groceries, gas, coffee, subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. Debt, but disguised as convenience. Now here's where the story gets even more interesting. Because just as people started catching on, just as financial literacy became mainstream, the credit card industry evolved again. They didn't abandon the system, they rebranded it. They turned debt into status. Metal cards, airport lounges, concierge services, lifestyle perks. Suddenly your credit card wasn't just a tool, it was an identity. You weren't in debt, you were elite. And this is where I want to pause for a second. If this is already making you see credit cards differently, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It helps more than you think, and we're just getting to the most important part. Luxury credit cards don't sell savings, they sell belonging. They sell the feeling that you've made it. A $700 annual fee doesn't feel expensive if it comes wrapped in airport cocktails and Instagram validation. But here's the trick. Most of the perks are conditional. Credits you must activate, benefits you forget to use, subscriptions you wouldn't buy otherwise. The value only exists if you change your behavior to match the card. That's not a reward, that's nudging. Banks call it breakage, the percentage of benefits people don't use. And breakage is profit. Now, to be clear, credit cards aren't evil. I use them. Many financially disciplined people do. The problem isn't the tool, it's the asymmetry. Banks know you're emotional, you're busy, you'll forget, you'll rationalize, you'll underestimate compounding interest. They don't need you to fail completely, they just need you to slip once, and then again, and then just enough to keep paying. This is why credit cards are often compared to alcohol. Harmless for some, destructive for others. But here's the difference. Alcohol doesn't adjust its formula based on your weakness. Credit cards do. So how do you stop losing the war? Not by cutting up every card, not by pretending the system doesn't exist, but by flipping the rules. Rule number 1, never spend money you don't already have. If you wouldn't buy it with cash today, don't buy it with a card. Rule number 2, pay the balance in full. Every month, no exceptions. The moment you carry a balance, the math turns against you. Rule number 3, interrogate every perk. Ask yourself, would I pay for this if it wasn't bundled? If the answer is no, it's not value, it's bait. The most dangerous thing about credit cards isn't the interest rate, it's the illusion of control, the feeling that you're winning while slowly falling behind. True financial power isn't about points, it's about optionality, the ability to walk away, to downgrade, to say no. Sometimes the smartest financial move isn't optimizing rewards, it's opting out entirely. We're living in an era where wealth is performed, not built, where titanium cards signal success louder than net worth. But the card in your wallet doesn't define you, the behavior behind it does. And once you see the system clearly, you stop playing defense, you stop reacting, you start choosing. If this video gave you clarity, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. We break down the systems shaping your money, your behavior, and your future without the fluff. Because in the hidden war between you and credit cards, the goal isn't to never play, it's to finally know the rules. And once you do, the house loses its edge. See you next time.